Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Trainer Talk. Today is a special one. So today marks the 1-year anniversary of when we started the Trainer Talks, back when it was just me and Bethany. As you guys know, we've had all the coaches in here sharing ideas. We're really excited to have this 1-year anniversary of consistently doing a Trainer Talk every single week, which is a big thing that we always talk about here at TH Fitness, is consistency of your training and your nutrition and things like that. So the topic for today is going to be about our core values, our mission here at the gym, as well as all of our services to help you guys make the best decision when it comes to choosing your path for your nutrition and your fitness, because we have a lot of different options here and people need different things to achieve different goals. Not everybody's the same. I'm sure if you've been listening to our past episodes, you would catch on that there's no one program that fits every single person. There's no one diet plan that fits every person, and that's why we have so many different options. So today we're going to be going over those options, but first we want to go over our core values and kind of our mission. So our mission is basically to help our community and surrounding communities live a healthier and happier lifestyle through health and fitness, or nutrition and fitness. Okay, and our core values, we care about helping people first. We want to help you guys in any way we can, whether it's just learning more about nutrition and fitness, or actually helping you with a program or training or coaching classes, whatever it may be, helping you guys achieve whatever goal you have. We also want to provide excellent customer service. So making great impressions is something that we care a lot about. We try to greet every single person by name when they come in with a smile on our face. Make sure that they're helped in any way that they need help with, to make them feel very comfortable, almost like it's a second home here. We are proud of what we do. So, we like to say if we could do anything we want and money wasn't an issue, we would still train. We would still come in and teach our classes at 5 a.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever, because that's just what we like to do. It's what we're proud of doing. I love coaching classes and clients, so that's what I would do with my time. We're professional, so we like to try to help people in any way we can, and we use our knowledge to the best of our ability, and we're very professional about it. And then we obviously just communicate with people. We don't just have you walk in and say, hey, you need to do this plan and this program. We communicate with people. We find out, a lot more about their lifestyle, what they do for work, what they do outside of work, what do they like to do, what do they struggle with, what do they already do well. We try to get to know people, communicating with them, and then we prescribe them with the best plan of action to reach their goals. So now that you know a little bit about our values and our mission, we're going to go through our services and kind of give you a little bit of the benefits and who it might be good for each service. And that way you have a really good idea of maybe what service or what plan of action is the best for you. So we'll start out with our personal training, because I think that's our highest level and best service that we offer, is one-on-one and small group training. So this is going to be anywhere from a 30-minute session or a 1-hour session. Most of our clients are going to do 2 or 3 sessions a week. Some of them do 1, some of them do 5, but 2 to 3 is a good place to start. So I'll let these two kind of share the benefits of that and who it might be good for.
Yeah, I think a big thing about that is just the accountability aspect of it, because it's like making an appointment with your doctor almost, because like you're making this promise, like, hey, I'm going to be here at this time, and I'm giving you, like, I'm investing, here's my money down, I'm committing to being there at this time on these days. That's one thing that people struggle with when they're on their own, is like committing to what days they're going to go to the gym, what times, because they're like, well, I don't feel like going to the gym at this day. But if you have a set meeting time, then it's like, well, I have to go because I go at 5 p.m. on Thursday every week, and it gets kind of like ingrained as a habit in there. And I think that consistency and just like doing things repeatedly is probably going to be like the best thing. So that's why starting out, we're like, okay, probably like 2-3 days a week, we need to have you come in for personal training, whether that's an hour and a half hour, just because getting that consistent schedule built up is good. When, our goal for personal training isn't for them to do it for forever, it's to teach them what they want to know, or to help them in the ways that they're looking to be helped or looking to get that service from us, so that way long term they don't need us. Like we're probably one of the few professions that go in thinking like, you know, I'm going to help you and then one day you're not going to need me. Whereas like a lot of different jobs are like, you want to have the same customers coming back and like, you know, keep doing the same products or services, which we do like, you know, when they become part of the community, whether that's, you know, classes and stuff. But with personal training, it's kind of a different way of thinking about it, with like, okay, we're going to help you and then you're going to be on your own, sort of thing.
Yeah, so I think there's a few different types of people that could do personal training. I think that it's for everybody. I think everybody can learn. But obviously if you're a beginner and new to the gym and you just want to learn how to use the gym equipment, we do like skills sessions where you can just come in 2 times, 4 times for 30 minutes or an hour, where we literally just teach you the basics. We teach you how to use all the gym equipment. We teach you just kind of like the basics for form, like squats and lunges, and some of the things that we'll do in classes. So if you want to do classes but you've never been to the gym before, it's great to just come in and work with a trainer for even just a few times kind of to learn that stuff. Even if you aren't new, but you kind of feel like you plateaued, you feel a little bit stuck in your fitness journey, a trainer can kind of look at, you know, what you're doing, and they can help you switch it up just to figure out a new routine and kind of push past that plateau. And even if you've been also like lifting for a while or working out for a while, but say there's a lift that you don't know how to do, like recently I learned a lot of the Olympic lifts. Maybe you don't really know how to squat with a barbell, you always use dumbbells and you want to learn how to do that. We can help you do that. Also, like, I think personal training is just great because all of the attention is on you. Like, if you come to a class, yeah, it's good because you have someone there showing you what to do, but it's hard if there's 10, 15, 20 people in here to give you the full attention that you might need. So with personal training or small group training, you have all of the attention on you, which is what we love most about it too, because then, you know, we also just get to build friendships and relationships with new people, which I think is like the best part of what we do, is just getting to really meet new people and build those friendships while we help you better yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about personal training that I like, is like it's literally geared toward you and your goals. So that's what makes it so valuable, is like if you have a specific goal, we can create a program that's going to meet your needs and get you to your goal. So if you want to learn certain lifts, or you know, maybe you have certain restrictions, like maybe you can't do everything in class, we can modify it and have you do stuff that's geared toward you and that what you're able to do. So oftentimes we'll really progress people very quickly with personal training because we can start them where they're at and then work them up to where they need to be. And then maybe after they've done personal training for a while, like Bethany mentioned, they can like go jump into a class with confidence and not worry about, you know, not being able to do everything else that somebody else is doing, or not being able to do all the exercises right. They know how to do it with correct form, and they have that confidence and that experience so that they can just jump in and have fun with it. Which kind of leads into the next option, which is large group training. So this is our classes, and I like to consider large group training basically it's personal training with a bigger group of people. It's a discounted option of personal training, so it's a more affordable personal training option. We're still going to go around and help people with their form, but like Caitlin said, it's not as much direct attention. Obviously, we have a big group of people, but we try to go around and help people with form and correct them and motivate them. This is also great for if you enjoy being around other people with similar goals. Maybe if you're a social person, or maybe if you're somebody that just wants to make new friends, this is also another great option because you're going to be working out with a bunch of other people. So large group training is excellent for, we usually typically have like 6 to 12 people. Some of our classes get up to like 16. Some of them, there might be 4 or 5, but typically you're going to see 6 to 12. And we usually set up circuits, so we'll have multiple stations. So there'll be a couple people at each spot. I'll let these guys go into more of the benefits and who it might be good for as well.
Yeah, I think what it would be really good for is someone who maybe has a little bit of experience coming into the gym and maybe they want to try something different. Knowing that you're going to get a good workout, we always make it different. A lot of people get very stuck in the same routines of like just doing the same exercises or just going on the elliptical or something, and they never really switch it up, which is where they see plateaus. So coming in and trying the class, it just exposes you to different ways of working out. And then, yeah, maybe you do meet other people that are similar to you. Everyone's really welcoming with the classes. That's what I really like is, like, if we have a new person, then everyone's, like, oh, like, nice to meet you, and then they'll, like, kind of help them out. If a trainer, like, if we're off helping someone else, if it is a big class, then, you'll have other more experienced people that are able to, like, hey, like, make sure you do it like this, and they're kind of able to help them out, even when maybe you aren't getting, as full of attention from the trainer as, like, if it was a one-on-one personal training session, for sure.
Yeah, I think we have so many different classes. We have beginner classes, we have intermediate classes, and we have advanced classes, so there really is something for everyone, which I love. And even in more of the advanced or intermediate classes, we always have modifications, so you never have to be worried that you won't be able to do something. A lot of the times too, it's cool because, like, I know with my class and Bethany's class, it's like a time thing. So, say it's for, you do an exercise for 30 seconds, you can take it as slow or as fast as you want. You can use no weights, you can use really heavy weights. So really, these classes you make your own, and I know Fit Camp is the same way a lot of the times. You decide what you use for weights, you decide if you run or walk, you decide, you can always modify everything. We do have a lot of people who will do personal training and classes together, which I think is kind of the best of both worlds because you still can get that one-on-one attention 1 or 2 days a week of personal training and then come in and work out with your friends the other days of the week, which I think is the best way to kind of do it once you get to a point where you're ready for classes.
Yeah, for sure. I think the classes are like the staple of what we do. Like, we love getting together with all of our members and participants in class, have a lot of fun with them, and then we have a few of them that just want to, like, learn extra stuff, or like maybe they want to really focus on some of their heavier, like, barbell lifts, and they want to make sure that they have a spotter and they're doing the right weight and the right progressions of reps and stuff. So that's where we come in and work with them one-on-one to, like, help them with certain areas, and then they get their main core fitness in class. So we do have a lot of people that do that, and I think it is a great option to maybe do 2 or 3 classes and then, like, 1 personal training session just to work on specific skills. That would be a great way to constantly be progressing in your training without hitting a plateau, like they said. So that's kind of the first 2 options that we have, the personal training. The small group training, by the way, is just basically 2 to 5 people in basically a one-on-one session. It's small enough to where you can give people direct attention, so it's not considered a large group. But it is a great way to work out with your friends or maybe, like, spouses. We have like a husband and wife, or maybe, like, coworkers, want to get together and do it. Plus, they're going to save a little bit of money doing the small group as well compared to one-on-one. So it's a great way to hold yourself accountable and get that training in if you're somebody that's a beginner and just wants to learn a lot of new things and needs that accountability from a coach. But if you're somebody that maybe can't make it to the gym, or maybe you live 15 or 20 miles away from us and there's not a gym close enough, we do online coaching as well. So we actually use an app called Trainerize. We customize and create workout plans for you to do at your house. So that is another service that we have. I'll let these guys go into a little bit of the more details and benefits because these guys actually do some online coaching with their clients as well. So
yeah, I think another benefit, like, to that, like, even if people don't, like, they don't want to do classes, they don't want to do personal training, but they work out in the gym and they just want to follow some sort of a program, then that's where it can come into handy too. Like, yeah, if you want to just do it at home, we can do that. Or if you just want to come into the gym and know, like, all right, I have this, it's tailored to my goals, and you don't have to think, oh, how much weight should I use, how many reps, how long should I rest, and you don't really, like, you're not just kind of like going wherever you want to go for a workout. It's very structured. it's something for you to follow and know that like, okay, I'm gonna get to where I want to be if I follow this workout plan. I think that's one thing that's been changing for myself anyways, just like following a plan instead of just like making my own, because sometimes when you make your own plan, you don't do the things that you don't want to do but will make you better, like burpees or the assault bike, but then the more you do it, then you're like, oh, I'm getting better, and you wouldn't do it if it was just your choice. Like you would do your favorite things, and like you would kind of neglect the other areas that are also going to improve you. So following a program that way, whether it's at home or it's in the gym, is just something really good to follow.
Yeah, I was pretty much going to say the same thing, that you can do it at home or at a gym. I love doing the online stuff. I think it's really convenient. And again, if you're not able to come in for personal training, or you just don't want to, or whatever the case is, online is a great option. You know, technology is great these days too. So with that, we can do phone calls, we can do FaceTime, we can do Zoom calls. So you always can still be in contact with us. I personally, and I know Bethany does too, give our phone number to you, so you can just text us if you have a quick question about the workouts. I always try to like give modifications even in the exercises that I give for people. Yeah, it's a really good tool for anyone who needs it.
Yeah, for sure. And I like that Bethany mentioned, like, following a program, like you do the stuff that you don't want to do, because for me, like if I just came up with a workout, I might get to, halfway through and be like, I don't really feel like doing 4 sets, I'm just going to do 2 sets of this or something like that. So I do want to point out that all 3 of us actually pay for and follow a program. Even though we create programs and we're trainers, we need that extra push ourselves. Like we need somebody else telling us what to do. And to be honest, there's literally thousands of free resources and workout programs online. You can look up free workout plans just by Googling them that you can do at home. The problem is people need that accountability and they need that help. So that's what we're here for. If we're creating a program for you and prescribing it to you on the app, and you're going to get notified about it, and your coach is going to be like, hey, did you get your workout done at the end of the week? You're going to be much more likely to actually do it and follow through with it because you have that accountability. So that's why it's so valuable. I truly think that you have to have a little bit of skin in the game to really invest your time and energy into something. There's plenty of things out there for free that people don't take advantage of. I myself, we could just look up a free program online, but we might not follow it or do it as well as if we actually paid for it, because if you're invested, or if you vote with your dollars, I like to say, we vote with our dollars on the things that we care about. So if you're putting a little bit of investment towards something, you're gonna take it more seriously. Which with our online coaching, it's honestly very, very affordable compared to a lot of other online coaches and gurus out there, which we like to connect with people, like Caitlin said, like phone calls, Zoom. We check in with you via message every week just to see how you're doing, and we modify it towards you. Whereas if you just pick a program, it's usually going to be like one blank slate program for thousands of different people. It's not necessarily customized toward you, which is another big benefit of it. So that's kind of our online coaching, and with that, we actually do nutrition coaching for people as well. I would say 95% of our clients and members need nutrition help with their fitness. So that's why with any of our fitness options, whether it's personal training, small group training, large group training, or online, we have nutrition coaching as an additional add-on because people really struggle in that area. And it doesn't matter how many days you're working out. You could be working out 6 or 7 days a week, busting your butt, but if you're not eating well with it, you'll never truly reach your goals. So that's why it's so important to learn how to eat better, what you need to eat, how much of it, and build those nutrition habits. So that's why we have this as an option. We can't write down exact foods and amounts for you. That's what a dietitian's job is. But we do more like a habits coaching. You've heard us say before, we like sustainability and consistency. So we're not looking for quick fixes. We're not going to give you the best nutrition plan to lose 30 pounds in 8 weeks or anything. We're going to help you build new habits so that you can do it on your own. Kind of like with the personal training, we want to teach you that stuff over and over again to where you can walk into the gym and work out on your own or jump into a class and push yourself. So that's kind of our goal with that. I'll let these guys talk a little bit more in detail about what they do with their current clients to help them.
Yeah, so I think it really does come down to habits. That's probably the main focus of if you're seeing a plateau in your results, you're training, like you said, 7 times a week or whatever, which is also excessive, but that's...
Let's say 5.
We'll say 5. 5 times a week, so pretty good amount. I mean, we work out 5 times a week, maybe 6 sometimes. And if you don't have your nutrition with that, then you can't out-train that bad diet. Everyone says that, but when you really put it into perspective, the amount of calories you're burning, actually your body is burning, versus the amount that your fitness tracker says or the amount that a machine says is usually way different. It's usually a lot lower than you think, and people do tend to under-track their food. There'd be people, they think, oh, it's just probably 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, ends up being 4. It's a lot more than what they think that they're eating. So having that accountability and having, honestly, just the awareness of your nutrition, I think is what the biggest thing is, of people being aware of what goes into their bodies, what it's doing for them. We kind of had a little discussion about people that drink alcohol a couple times a week, only 2 glasses of wine, that's probably pretty moderate for a lot of people. 2 glasses 3 times a week would be 6 drinks a week, which I think is moderate for most of the population. But people don't understand what that does to their body other than just the calories. They'll look and they'll say, oh, there's only such and such calories and this many grams of carbs and it's low carb, so it's oh, this must be good for me. And that's very far from the truth.
Once you go ahead and give them the ambulance analogy and then what it does for those.
Yeah, so for alcohol, basically, you want to think of it like it's an ambulance. If you think of a 5-lane highway and there's cars, it's rush hour, and all of a sudden there's sirens, the ambulance comes screaming through. What do the other cars do? They all move up to the side and slow down. Well, that's all your body's processes when alcohol is into the system, because it uses it as a toxin and it wants to process it as fast as possible, and it shuts down or slows down your digestion, your energy expenditure, so metabolism, shuts down brain function, obviously, because when people drink, their brain function decreases a little bit. Their sleep quality gets worse. It's because their body temperature increases, their resting heart rate increases, and the weird thing with alcohol is you feel good, and then once you hit that point of you're starting to have your blood alcohol content decrease, that's when your body goes into an alcohol withdrawal. So same thing with a drug, a heavy use, your body starts to withdraw from it, you get dehydrated, and your body, people will drink the next day after a hangover and feel better, and that's just pushing off the withdrawal symptoms from the alcohol. So it does a lot more to your body than just what the calories are or how many carbs are in it, which, another thing, carbs are not bad. So just, I think educating people is 4 carbs in your beer versus 16 is not a big difference. Yeah. But anyways, people, I think, just need to have the awareness about what they're having, their alcohol content, their water intake. People don't think of water intake, or they don't think of vitamins or protein, or just even just the quality of where they're getting their food. If they are tracking and then they're thinking, oh, I'm following my fitness pal's recommendations, it's usually not a very accurate recommendation of what you truly need, which is where nutrition coaching comes in. We can look at what you eat and then be okay, we can make little changes here. We're not overhaul your whole diet. You're going from, high carb fast food to you're eating keto and you're, layering all these things on top of it. We're not like that. It's hey, if something works for you, great. If it's getting you results, great. And then we'll just kind of add in certain things that are going to improve your diet overall.
Yeah, that was good. I know we just all want your nutrition, everybody's nutrition, to just be sustainable for your whole entire life. If you can't cut out a food forever, for your whole entire life, then you shouldn't even cut it out for, however long you're trying to cut it out for, 4 weeks or 2 months or whatever. And I just think people are just not knowledgeable about nutrition and actually your body needs. Like, I think all of my clients that have come in have been under eating. Like, not a single one of them was even having really a problem of overeating. It's under eating, it's not eating the right foods, and then it's trying to go on these crazy diets because this world has so many opinions that are just baloney and that we need to not listen to. And again, with the alcohol thing, it's like, you know, you can drink 0-calorie alcohol, but honestly, it'd be better to eat ice cream than to drink alcohol, in my opinion. But again, most people don't know that because we're not educated.
Don't go eating ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you don't want it to cut it out forever. Like, we enjoy ice cream every once in a while, or pizza, or whatever you like, but it's just learning how to eat everything in moderation. And that's just kind of what we try to slowly teach you. We don't try to cut a bunch of things out of your diet at once, like Bethany said. We try to, you know, add in more vegetables, more fruit, more protein, because a lot of women are lacking protein. And it's not going to make you bulky if you eat a bunch of protein either. So there's just so much that goes into nutrition, and this isn't like, our nutrition program isn't something that, again, we don't want to have you on it forever. We want to just have you on it for maybe 12 weeks, maybe a year if you need it for a year. Everyone's a little bit different on how much accountability you need with it, but you know, you can be on it as little as 4 weeks if you just have one little thing that needs to be kind of worked on, which is what we were talking about today. So yeah, we want to help you kind of just learn. We want you to be knowledgeable so you know what you're putting in your body, and you know why you're putting it in your body, and why you are not putting other things into your body.
Yeah, and just to kind of clarify, like, even though nutrition is like the hardest thing to get down, I think it's also like way more simple than people make it out to be.
Yeah.
People think it's got to be this like secret nutrition that nobody can figure out, and that's why people try so many different diet plans and different programs, because they're trying to find the magic, and there isn't really any magic. The truth is, it's very simple, but the simple thing is boring.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. There's not, you know, that's why people don't do it, and people like changing things up, and they don't want to meal prep and eat the similar things every day, which you don't have to do, but if you want to get great results, that's something that can really help. So we just teach like the basic habits. We try to also, I want to point out, we like to think of it like an 80-20. Like 80% of the time, if you're on track, you can enjoy yourself 20% of the time. A lot of people think it's black or white, especially if they're doing a diet plan or some kind of program. Usually they cut out everything they were doing, they completely replace it, and they're trying to stay 100% on point and not, you know, shy away at all. If they cheat once, they think they failed. We don't want to try to teach people that. You know, we're human beings. We're gonna go out, you know, and have pizza on a Friday or have a couple drinks on the weekend, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the majority of the time you want to be trying to get just whole, dense nutrition, and that's what we try to teach people with our coaching, is just how to balance it for the long haul. You know, look at it like over the course of a year, or 2 years, or 5 years, not a 30-day challenge. It's kind of what we like to think of it. So that's good on the nutrition side. We also do kids coaching, and I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people, you know, their kids are following the same lifestyle as their parents, and if their parents don't work out or don't know anything about healthy nutrition, their kids are going to end up in the same exact boat as them someday. Even though they're extremely athletic right now and maybe playing a lot of sports, and maybe their metabolism is so fast that they can eat Dairy Queen every day and not gain weight, it's going to catch up with them eventually. It happens to everybody, and we want to try to avoid that. So we do kids classes, but also while your kid's in a class, we actually have some moms and dads that come in and get training or do a class as well. So there's another benefit to that for those of you parents out there that might be too busy with their kids or don't have a babysitter to come into the gym and train. We have that option where you could bring your kids in, they could do the class, and you could work out during it. So just a great service to have. We like to teach the kids the basics of exercising and fitness. We also try to incorporate a little bit of help with the nutrition, or something that we're planning on doing more of, is just kind of maybe spending a few minutes teaching them about protein and carbs and fats and macronutrients and things like that. So a great option to have. If you guys have anything else to add, like maybe the parents and kids combination of the nutrition especially, or the fitness? Go ahead and add anything in. But.
Yeah, I think that, it can kind of leak down or grow either way. Like if the parent comes in and they start doing training for nutrition coaching, then it like leaks down to the kid, like kind of trickle down effect, like trickles down to the kid, and the kid's gonna start eating healthier because the parents typically making healthier meals, or at least setting a good role model and example for that. Or if the kid's coming and learning about having health and nutrition, like that's how it worked in my family. Like I became interested in health, nutrition, and fitness, and it's kind of dispersed. Like now my mom comes to the gym, and she's been on her fitness journey and everything like that. So it works both ways. Granted, I'm not a kid, but I'm just saying like child to parent relationship can work that way. And then I think instilling those habits at a very young age is also really helpful, just because it sets them up for long-term success.
Yeah, I mean, I got into fitness because of my mom. So, I watched her love working out. I didn't understand why she loved it at first. But eventually I grew to love it too. I forgot what I was going to say. No, forgot. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but I can't remember.
So I was kind of more like Bethany, the opposite. So like I just became interested in working out, and now my mom is actually an instructor here for me, because she became so passionate about it. She actually did my classes for 2 years, and then I just taught her how to run it. She got a certification, and now she teaches a class for other people that are just like her, that just wanted to get stronger and feel better, and just live a healthier, happier lifestyle, which is kind of the goal. So for whoever, if you're a parent or if you're a kid, bring them in and have them start working out, or you come in and start working out, and it is going to trickle along the whole family. I think eventually everybody will end up catching on. We have a couple of moms, for example, that have been coming here for a couple of years, and now their husbands are getting into it. We have Tanya's husband, Mark, and we've got Jamie's husband coming in and working out as well, and their kids are coming in. We've got Bodie and Brady, they're like 7 and 8 years old. They're in here 3-4 days a week working out with mom. So it's a really cool environment. It's a very positive thing to do together as a family too, which is really cool. And then just by doing that, if you start with the gym, naturally you're gonna start eating a little bit better. I typically see that, and we see that, is if you're gonna put time into the gym, usually you're gonna make better lifestyle choices outside of the gym as well. So that is really cool to see. And then moving on to the last service, just our gym 24/7 access, and the reason that we have that is for anybody in our community to come in and work out, no matter what time it is, no matter when you get out of work. That's why I chose to do the 24/7. I know that we have some of the bigger factories in town that, third shift workers that get out at midnight or something like that, and they want to come work out. So we have that option for as low as $30 a month, $1 a day. You can come and work out as many times as you want for as long as you want. And we have invested and added a ton of new equipment over the last 5 years. August will be 5 years since I took over the gym, and we've got all kinds of different machines, free weights. As you can see behind us, we've got a lot of different things in our group fit rooms, what I call it, the turf room. So basically we have a little bit of everything for anyone, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, because when you come in, some people are very confused on what they want to do because we have so many different services. So we just wanted to clarify, kind of go over the benefits and the differences between all these services. That way you can make a great decision on it. And I'll let these guys add anything else they want to add, maybe about some of the services or any kind of tips or anything on training.
Yeah, one tip I guess I would say is you're not going to know if you're going to like it unless you try it. Like some people might, they get nervous about coming into a class because they think it's too hard or something like that, or they're nervous that they won't like it, and it's like, you're not going to know unless you try it. And usually once people just get over that initial class, like they do the initial class, they do one, and then they're like, oh, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought, and I can do this. It gives them a little bit of self-confidence, and then they want to come back and they enjoy it. That's what I've seen happen usually, is they might resist coming to classes for a long time, but then once they come to one, then they're like, oh, I kind of want to do that again. And whether they become a super regular person coming to classes or whether they just hop in here and there, it's not as scary as when they first start. And then one thing with like personal training is we do meet you where you're at. People probably have the like Jillian Michaels mindset of like she's gonna try and kill me when I come in to work out for a half hour, an hour, and they're like, I don't know if I want to do that, but that's not our goal. Like our goal is to give you a good workout where it's like, yeah, you're still working hard, but you're not like dying at the end of it. I mean, I guess not for camp. Sometimes people lay on the ground afterwards for that, but that's by their own doing. Like they go super hard. Point. You get to that point when you want to. You don't have to ever get to that point. But like just with personal training, it's not our mission to like leave you wrecked or sore for days afterwards. It's just to meet you where you're at, help you out, and give you a good workout that's, it's challenging, but it's not beyond your abilities.
I mean, I think like my favorite thing about just like everything that we offer in the gym in general is just like the community and like the at-home feeling that you feel when you're here. Like I haven't even been here a year yet. I started last August, so it's been almost a year. And I came from a rival town. I came from Marlette. And I've been to a lot of different gyms because I've moved around colleges and stuff like that, and I've never like felt the way that I do here. So at home, and like, Taylor knows everybody's name that walks in the door. We are also know pretty much everybody that walks in the door too, even if they're not our own clients. We know each other's clients. We know all the people in the classes. I'm still kind of learning some people since again it hasn't even been a year yet. But it's just like you may feel intimidated the first couple times you walk in, or scared or nervous, but once you come for a little while, like you don't anymore, because everyone is so kind, everyone is so welcoming, and I just think that's like my favorite part about our gym.
Yep, I love that's why we have the hashtag #FitFamily on all of our shirts, because we are like one big fitness family. That's what I wanted to create, was a community where everybody had similar goals and met other people that were going to lift them up and make them a better version of themselves, not a worse version of themselves. Too often we hang out with people that may be bringing us down or making us work, leading us down the wrong path. So here, everybody lifts each other up and makes us better versions so that we can live that healthier, happier lifestyle. So my tip for anybody that's maybe brand new is it's really hard to do it on your own, but we're here to tell you that you don't have to do it on your own. We're here to help you. We help first, which is one of our first core values, so we will sit down with you free of charge, talk to you about what your goals are, figure out where you want to go, where you're at, and come up with a plan for you. That way at least you know kind of what you need to do to get started or to reach your goal, and then it's up to you to make the decision if you want to do it or not. If you are a true beginner and you've never worked out, I do recommend at least getting a couple of those skill sessions like they mentioned, like one-on-one, so that you can at least learn how to use everything in the gym. That way when you do come in, you kind of know what to do and how to do it properly. After being here for 6.5 years in total, the number one reason people get a membership and then leave after the month is because they walk in and they're just kind of confused. They don't really know what they should do on what day, how often should they do it, how many days should they come in, when should they rest, what this machine does compared to this machine. So the best thing you can do is just learn what the machines do, what muscles you're working, how often you should work them, what's the proper rest time, what do I need to do to get some good results. And then once you start seeing the results, it becomes kind of addictive, and you like how you feel and what you're seeing, so then you may be more apt to trying other things out as well. So the biggest thing, like Bethany said, is literally just getting started. Like, you don't know what you don't know, so if you don't try it, you won't know if you love it or not. So we've seen so many people develop such a passion for fitness that would have never thought or ever believed that they would like working out. And we see it all the time. People are obsessed with working out just because they gave it a shot. So we'll cap it off with that. That's all of our services. We're always here to help people. Come and join the Fit family. If you want to set up a no sweat intro, we call it, or a free intro, we'll sit down with you and discuss what your goals are and figure out a plan for you to get started in any of these areas. So have a good day, you guys. Caps off our 1-year anniversary trainer talk. So make sure you like and subscribe. Go back and watch old videos if you want. We're going to continue making these to try to teach you guys more and more about health and fitness so that you can live a healthier, happier lifestyle. See ya.